this is your friend George once more. We're going to be going into a little bit more depth about the future of the Hero app. We're going to go over the 3 stages of development. Again, this isn't supposed to be a comprehensive app development plan. This is just a little something to give you an idea of where we're going. Okay, so we have stage 1. So we have here stage 1, that's where we are in the app right now, essentially a rapid prototype with some basic paths of the learner and also the guide, which we actually aren't showing you right now. So that's complete. The next stage is stage 2, and stage 3 is really where things get very interesting. So in stage 2, we plan to implement a crowdsourced quest and path libraries. Okay, so that would be for a learner that have the crowdsourced path library, which would allow them to choose from an infinite amount of paths to complete their quests. It's similar. The best example is it's similar to MyFitnessPal, a great health app out there, which so pretty much when a user punches in any kind of food, the app will pull up all kinds of recipes that other users have punched in, also recipes that are listed online or listed by food sponsors, and so they can find any recipe and put it in there automatically. So it's a crowdsourced path, so a learner could get in there, choose a path from past students anywhere around the world, or paths that were made by guides or even sponsors, giving them just an infinite number of options, good options, to complete each quest. On the guide side, they'd have crowdsourced libraries for courses and quests to put together their curriculum. Also in this stage, we'll be smoothing out the user interface, which is pretty straightforward, and laying out the map interface, which again is making that map and laying out paths on a GPS coordinates, kind of making it again like a geocaching app full of educational adventures, so a learner can log in and just see a whole world of educational adventures all around them wherever they are, anytime. And stage 3 is where things get really super powerful. So this would be a full integration of the app, and it would have suggestions-based preferences and intelligent preference learning. So what that means is it's using some basic principles that a lot of tech groups are utilizing. Also, we experience in advertising. So the app would learn the preferences of each learner and user. So like if a user went in and liked a learner went in and liked Egyptian pyramids on Facebook the other day, then the next day the app would be able to do an intelligence preference or a suggestion based on their preference and suggest a path with Egyptian pyramid themes in it, or Egyptian cultural themes in the path, which would really just be a great thing that spark the learner's interest. And down the road, this would really, at its peak development, it would be able to provide courses to learners based on their skill level and really put them in at the level of their skill so they can work towards mastery more quickly and more effectively. And this will be able to provide so much great information and data to guides and to learners. And then, of course, the last step here is launch. Let's go ahead and go back to the app. Okay, so of course, down the road, the social media feed will be fully alive. It'll be a living place, similar to what we're seeing on Facebook, Instagram, or something else like that. Or a Stand For, the app is a really great example. In here we'd have live feeds for each one of these subgroups, kind of like circles on Google+. We have a live feed for each one of these groups, So you could just see the feed for your tribe if you wanted to, or for your academy, or just for your party, or you can just take a look at your own profile. The courses here, you'll be able to kind of swipe through a carousel of courses, and the map, of course, will be fully live with just tons of paths. Once it reaches a critical mass, you just have a living ecosystem of paths all around you, just like on geocaching. And you come in here to intro to physics, you'll be able to swipe left or right, or punch in a keyword search for a path that you are looking for, and again, it'll just be full of path suggestions. You'd be able to rate paths both on quality and also on difficulty, and you would be able to choose paths based on interest and all kinds of great things like that. The paths themselves would be full of tasks with great examples and suggestions of like where to learn, learn about kites. You could have like a Wikipedia page or a book suggestion about what to read and about what to read to understand more about kites. The task here, like follow these instructions, could include like a number of different options or just one option of great instructions that the past learner had used to create a kite, or a sponsor suggests to use a kite. And get your supplies. This could be linked to a GPS coordinate. So like let's say a learner, a past learner at a local academy had done this path. They had previously done the quest, build something that uses the laws of physics, and they created this path from scratch, built a kite. And they made a documentary of all the different tasks that they went through to build that kite. They documented them, then they made it and provided it to teach the next learner who would come along. So the next learner comes along, they can either make their own path if they want to, or they can choose this other path the learner before them had completed. And they can come in here, they could edit some tasks if they wanted to, or they can just follow the same path that the other learner had gone. Had paved the way for other people to follow. And they could go and learn on the same site where the other guy had learned, or use the same instructions they had learned, go and get the supplies right where they went. Since it's in the same geographic area, once it reaches critical mass, once you have enough learners doing this, you'd be able to see where other learners in your academy went to fly their kite before you. You just go to that same spot if you want, or try another spot and mark that as a good spot to fly a kite as well. Either way. And of course, sharing your success and reporting back to the guide for like an oral report is important as well. So you'll be able to post the videos to the media, to the social media feed. And once you did that, the reward section is something that we really need to build up and develop a little bit more. But the points and the real world rewards that you can get could be many. It's important to keep those realistic and really work with make sure that they're psychologically appropriate so that they really are beneficial to the learners. So that's kind of where we're going. Hopefully that provides a good example. Trying to be pretty quick here. I just really want to emphasize the ability of these paths. The sponsors can come in and make their own paths as well. Like, let's say there's a kite manufacturer out there who wants to sponsor like a local kite manufacturer, or a store that wants to sponsor a quest or a path. They can make their own path and submit that curriculum to the Nero Academy, and it could be a sponsored path. Or for like geology, for example, similar to what the Boy Scouts do in geology, you can have a path sponsored by the Geological Association of the area, and they could develop their own curriculum based on their own experiences to teach learners what they feel is most important, and just really prepare them for real world experiences. Hopefully this is coming across and you can see how great of an opportunity this is. That's all we have time for. There's so much more to say, there's so much more to share. This app is really going great places, and it really has the potential to change everything.